Hey everybody, welcome to another Wednesday HIIT class. My name is Joe, coming to you out of Phoenix, Arizona. If this is your first time here, this is HIIT, high intensity interval training. If you are returning, we're going to change things up just a little bit. A couple things before we start. Make sure that we want to have a towel. Boom. So usually we use this to wipe sweat, but today we're going to use it for one exercise today as a piece of equipment. So make sure if you don't have it, run, go grab one really quick, and then of course, have water with you. High intensity interval training, heart rates are going to go up, we're going to sweat, so you want to make sure we have water so we can rehydrate. So the structure for today, we're going to do 2 different work sets today, each one consisting of 5 exercises. The structure today is 45 seconds on, in other words, 45 seconds of work, followed by 15 seconds of rest. And we're going to go through each work set 3 times. Hopefully we can make it to the end. We're going to struggle together and we're going to get through it together. All right. So just get mentally prepared, high heart rate, quick breathing rate, and then we will be done. But before we get to the workout, we have to do some warm-ups. So we have about 8 different warm-ups lined up here. We're going to go through it twice to make sure that our body is nice and primed for the workout. And then we're going to kick it. So without further ado, we can get going with our warm-ups. Make sure you have enough space around you. You don't need a ton of space, but a little bit would be nice. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get a timer started for our warm-up. That just gives me an idea of when, kind of the pace to keep and when we should get started with the workout. All right. So just follow my lead, follow my movements. I'll explain the best I can. So what we're going to start with is just a high knee march. Boom, boom, nothing too serious, nice and simple. You notice I'm pumping my arms with my knees, and that's all we're looking for. One after the next. We're not doing high knees for speed. We're just doing a nice steady march. So we're going to do roughly 30 seconds for each exercise here, each warm-up exercise. So from here, we're just going to go ahead and just nice and naturally just twist our body back and forth. All right, we're trying to get a little bit of rotation movement in our core. Boom. If we sit all day, that can get really, really tight. So you notice my trailing leg is going up onto the toe. That's just to have the hip and the knee follow nice and naturally so we're not twisting our knee. Just twisting. All right, from here, we will go down to the floor on all 4s, just like this. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. And what we're going to do is take one arm, thread it through the gap between the other arm and the torso. And we're trying to, again, give a nice twist to our torso as far as we can reach. And then just switch to the other side. Back and forth. And you can even try and touch the ground with your hand if you need to. You can try and pull your body if you're a little tight. But the goal here is to just keep threading that arm and twisting the torso. Maybe trying to look up at the ceiling every time you twist. Good. So we're just waking up our body. Oh, if you're a little stiff, that's okay. We're going to come through these again. All right, so from here, same position. We're going to do some quadruped or bird dog, sometimes called opposites. So what we're going to do is stick an arm out in front of us and then kick out the opposite leg. So I have left arm, right leg. And then we're just going to do maybe about 10 on each side. So I'm doing all the same side right now. Notice my back stays flat. Nothing is shifting around. And you really want to focus on using that glute muscle to kick your leg back. Squeeze it tight. Good. All right, and then we just switch to the exactly the other side. Boom. Nice and flat and stable. Really focus on using the glute muscle. Very good. Do a couple more. Perfect. Just trying to wake up all our body parts. All right, so I'm going to face you, but coming up next, exact same position. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. We're going to go for a fire hydrant. I'll actually go to the side a little bit. So fire hydrant, just like a dog. I'm trying to lift our hip up to the side. What we don't want to do is twist our whole body around to try and open up. We just want to do whatever's natural. Natural range of motion. So we're going to lift up and come back down. Or again, we're going to go about 10 each side. Perfect. So if you have a lot of range of motion in this, that's great. If not, then you're like me. Not a lot of range of motion, so I do what I can. And then switch, go same thing on the other side. Big thing here is we don't want to arch our back. We want it nice and flat and steady. And we open up our leg, whatever it allows us to do. Everybody's got different shaped hips. All right. Good. All right, so let's stand back up to our feet. We're going to be doing something called a windmill. So we're going to stand wider than shoulders, toes slightly out. Arms out to the side. We're doing opposite hand to opposite toe, all the way down, trying to keep our legs as straight as they can be, all the way up and all the way down. So we're just going back and forth, touching our toes. Super simple. Got a nice little hamstring stretch in there. So we're doing a roughly 5 each side here, just about. Back and forth. Good. We got one more to do, and then we can repeat a little faster. Good. All right. Last one. Okay, so moving to our final warm-up is a hand walk with a push-up. So what we're simply doing, we're going to reach to the ground with our hands, walk out, boom, 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 top push-up position. Give me a push-up, and then walk it all the way back up with straight legs. Stand up at the top and repeat. Here we go. So we're going to do a few here. Start getting on these shoulders and turning our shoulders on. Good, and this one, we'll increase your breathing rate a little bit more here because we're going up and down a lot. Make sure on that push-up, we keep our elbows in tight to our body. We don't want to be way out here flared out. All right, that's round one of warm-ups done. We're going to go through it again. Now that you've seen them, I want you to explain them all so much. We're going to go a little bit faster and just prime our body. So starting with the high knee march, here we go. Boom. You can do it a little faster this time. We're going to try and get our breathing up a little bit more. Again, this is without doing high knees. This is just a march. All right. And then we'll twist. Pillar twist. Nice and natural. Maybe a little faster this time. Engaging your core a little more to make your body stop at the end. Good. And then we'll go down to the floor. We'll get some of those reach throughs. Boom. Boom. Just a little bit quicker pace this time. Now that we're a little bit more loosened up. Good. All right, we'll flip to our bird dog. So from here, opposite arm, opposite leg, maybe just 5 each side this time. 3, 4, 5, and then we'll switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. And then same position. Remember, we're going to do our fire hydrants. Maybe we'll go about 6 each side. 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. Same thing. Got to get the other leg. Here we go. 3, 4, last 2, 5, and 6. All right, let's go down. We're going to throw in a glute bridge. So let's go feet tucked in as close as we can, arms to the side. We're going to lift our hips up and back down. Up, back down. And we're going to go 10 this time. Make sure we get some good glute warm up. Good. Keep going. You can even pull your toes up off the floor if you want to and just dig those heels in. Good. All right. We'll go one more for good measure. All right. And then we'll stand back up. And we're going right back to our windmills. Boom. So wider than shoulders. Down to the side, touch the toe. A little bit more control this time, standing up quicker, going down quicker. Almost there. All right, let's switch to our last final one, our hand walk with our push-up. So again, remember we reach down, stretching the hamstrings, walk it out, top push-up position, and then come all the way back. Make sure you stand up at the top, take a deep breath if you need to, and repeat. And try to make this a little faster now. As we prepare for the workout, we want to start increasing our heart rate and our breathing rate. Keep going. All right. We'll stop right there. We'll call that a good warm-up. Perfect. We got 2 rounds. Use pretty much every muscle group we got. I think we're ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this timer off. And we're going to get going with our next timer. So what we have are 2 work sets, each one, again, consisting of 5 exercises. We're going to get through 3 rounds of the first work set before we even get to the second one. That way, we only have to focus on 5 movements at a time. So I'm not going to go through every movement right now. That would, most likely we would forget, and it's a little complicated. So during the 15-second breaks, after our 45-second work time, I'll quickly explain what's coming up. And then when we get to round 2, you'll be familiar and you can jump right into it with me. So first and foremost, for our first work set, we're starting with classic jumping jacks. Super simple, just classic jumping jacks. It's a great one to get started with, get our heart rate up right off the bat. And everyone pretty much knows how to do that. If you have a little bit of issue jumping on your ankles, what you can do is just a single step out so that we don't have to jump. This is an option. But if we can get a little bit of a jump in there, that's what we'll start with. So I'm going to get the timer started. If you want to, one last drink of water, last chance before we get going. All right. Have your towel ready this time for sweat. We won't need it until the next work set, but not this time. All right, here we go. We're starting 3 rounds through. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go, jumping jacks, 45 seconds. I'm gonna try my best to stay in frame here. So let yourself start breathing heavy. We're gonna have a lot of movements today. Good, but the nice part is, after every single movement, you know that you get 15 seconds to break. Whatever that means, grab water, wipe sweat, or just relax. 10 seconds left. 5 seconds left. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Break right there. Coming up next, we're going to go down to the floor in a top push-up position. We're going to work on some plank jacks, which means jumping our feet out, jumping our feet in. Strong core, strong glutes in 2, 1. Here we go. Plank jacks. Very similar to jumping jacks, but now on the floor, turning our shoulders on a lot more. Your goal is to just jump in and out and keep those hips up. If you get tired, put your knees down, about 3 to 5 seconds, no more, and then continue. Come on, keep going, keep going. Almost there, 15 seconds. Good, last 10 seconds, come on. I know shoulders are gonna get tired. 5, and 3, 2, 1, right there. Wonderful. So we're gonna flip over to our backs. We're gonna do some glute bridges, just like warm up. In about 5 seconds, tuck those feet in. 3, 2, 1. Hips go in the air. Good. So this is 45 seconds of glute bridges. Try to get a small little pause at the top. And you really want to get those hips as high as they can to the sky. Good. Just one rep after the next. Squeeze the glutes really hard, especially at the top. Come back down, tap, and repeat. Good, almost there. 10 seconds left. Almost there. Good, 3, 2, 1, boom. Go ahead and stand up. This one's gonna be a lot more tiring, okay? This is a Frogger jump to the side. So what we do is we squat, touch our fingers to the floor, and then jump up to the side, back and forth in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Frogger jumps to the side. This is going to be a little bit more explosive, which means it'll be much more tiring. Good. And if you're still getting used to these movements, that's fine. It's only round 1. We can pick it up on the next rounds. Good. Just a tiny little jump. Make sure those hands touch the floor. Frogger jumps. We call these lateral. Lateral means to the side. 10 seconds left. Come on. 5 seconds. And 3, 2, 1. Straight to the floor. We're going to be doing alternating toe touch. Opposite arm, opposite toe, alternating. All right, almost there. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Boom. Our goal is to get that shoulder off the ground that you're reaching with. That shoulder up and get the fingers to the toes. Just alternating. Doing a little bit of core work right now. Hang in there. 20 seconds left. Let yourself breathe hard, but find a rhythm. 10 seconds. Almost there, almost there. Last 5, 3, 2, 1. Woo. So that was all 5. Now we get to start back at the beginning. So we're going right back to our jumping jacks, all right? We're gonna go down the list again. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Jumping jacks, here we go. Perfect. So now you know the order of what we're doing. And as I get more tired, as I start to lose my breath, we can all struggle together. Keep going. Almost there, almost there. 15 seconds. Coming up 10 seconds, we're gonna go to the ground and get ready for our plank jacks. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Boom. All right. Deep breaths. Catch them when you can. 10 seconds. Let's get down and ready. On our shoulders, shoulders over wrists. Plank jacks in 3, 2, 1. And we're on. Here we go. Hip stable. Squeeze your glutes. Jump those feet in and out, in and out. Another variation here. If it's hard to jump, you can do 1 step at a time, just like the jumping jacks. But if we can jump them, let's jump 2. Good. Dig those palms right into the floor. Turn those shoulders on. Woo. Almost there. 12 seconds. That's nothing. Just focus on what you're doing. Remember, 5 seconds. You always get a break at the end. 3, 2, 1, and break. All right, flipping over for glute bridges. Let's get ready to our backside. Shake things out if you need to. 5 seconds. Let's lean back. Feet come in. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Glute bridges. 45 seconds. This one gives you a small chance to get your breathing back a little bit. So take big deep breaths as you do these, but I really, really want you to focus on squeezing your glutes and getting those hips as high as they can go. Good. We got 15 seconds left. Then we got to hop up for our froggers. A little more tiring. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Pop it up, pop it up. Shake things out, shake things out. 10 seconds. And we're starting with froggers. Remember, lateral froggers in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Squat to the floor, jump to the side. Boom. If the jumping is a little hard for you, again, we can touch and take a big step to the side. If the jumping is too much, another variation is just up and down without jumping, right? But if we can jump, let's try to get a jump in there. It's a little bit more athletic, great for the joints if they can handle it. Just past halfway. Keep going, come on, get those hips low. 10 seconds, almost there. 5, 3, 2, 1. Woo. Back to the floor, alternating toe touch. Remember, opposite hand to opposite toe, and that shoulder needs to come off the ground. 5 seconds, arms overhead, 3, 2, 1. Here we go, boom. Find a rhythm that you can keep. And again, if things get tough and you got a break, try to make it no longer than 5 seconds and then restart. But that shoulder has got to come off the ground. If we're just moving our arms, then we're not crunching, we're not working our core. Almost there. 12 seconds, finish line in sight. Breathe. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Stand back up. I know, quick break. 10 seconds to go. Back to the top. Last time through for jumping jacks. Shake it out. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Jumping jacks. Come on, everybody. We've made it to the final round of the first work set. So no slacking. Let's make it the best one so far. Now that you're used to the movements and you understand them, maybe we can even move a little faster through our movements, increase the intensity. We're going to get a minute break in between our next work set. Give you a chance to drink some water, wipe some sweat. Almost there, 12 seconds, come on. No reason to stop. Good, 5 left. 3, 2, 1, and done. Woo. Shake it out, deep breaths. Let's get ready for plank jacks. Last time doing these. Come on, strong on the shoulders, 5 seconds. Here we go, 3, 2, 1, and we're on, here we go. See if you can force yourself to go all the way through without dropping. Just get those shoulders right above the wrists. If you find that you're starting to come really far out, then just reset with shoulders over the wrists. Hold that core tight, hold those glutes tight. Those are the big 2 muscle groups in this, core and glutes. 10 seconds left, come on, that's nothing. Should never drop in the last 10 seconds. 5, and 3, 2, 1. Perfect. All right, we can flip down to our backs for some glute bridges. Shake it out, shake it out. 5 seconds to go. Let's lean back, feet in, arms to the side. 3, 2, 1. Hips go up. Try to get some of your breathing back on this one. Coming up next is the froggers. Bit more tiring. Good, and you just want to find a pace that works for you here. Not too slow, but not so fast that we're, our feet are coming off the ground or anything like that. Good squeeze at the top, come back down. Almost there. 12 seconds left. Ooh. 5, 3, 2, get one more. 1. Nice job. Let's stand up. Going for our lateral froggers. Last time doing these. Woo. All right. 5 seconds. Here we go. Start with our squat. 3, 2, 1. Squat down, touch the floor, off to the side. There you go. Make sure you're breathing well. Nice big deep breaths. Good. It's like a soccer goalie, right? The soccer goalie might be doing this all game long. They pretty much only move in the lateral plane. Good. We're getting there. 15 seconds left. Don't stop. Even if you slow down, don't stop. Whew. Come on, come on, come on. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Break. Last one of this work set. Woo. Down to the floor. You know the deal. Opposite arm to the toe. In 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Let's knock it out. Give me everything you got. You got a big break coming up right after. Good. Come on, get that shoulder off the floor. I know that's the hard part. Our core gets tired, right? Our abs get tired. Come on, force it. 20 seconds left. Ooh, very close. 10 seconds. And then we're out of here for the first work set. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Ooh. Nice job, everybody. This is going to be a bigger break of about a minute. We're going to move into our second work set. So congratulations, first one done. We survived. Ooh. There's the final bell. All right, so that is 45 seconds break till we start our next one. I know it's not a lot, but this is HIIT. We got to keep our heart rates high. So same thing. Follow me as we go. I'm going to explain the first round. We're going to start with skaters. If you haven't seen these before, it's a simple jump to the side where our back leg trails behind us and out to the side. And we're going to touch our toe back and forth. Boom. Like ice skating or rollerblading. Boom. Starting with that in 10 seconds, okay? 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. We're on. Oh. Good. So just get used to the movement right now. Almost there. 20 seconds. If you're having trouble actually jumping, you can step as well. You can step, just slow it down a bit. But if you can jump, let's jump. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Ooh. All right, coming up next, classic mountain climbers. This one's gonna be tough. Push-up position, mountain climbers. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Just driving those knees up under the chest. Again, shoulders over the wrists. Good. Just find the pace that you can keep. Come on, strong core. 20 seconds left. Hang in there. It's gonna get tough on the shoulders too. Last 10. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Break right there. All right. This is where we grab our towel. What we're gonna do is a bent over row. Pull the towel tight, no slack, rowing it right into our navel. Boom. 3, 2, 1. Pull it tight. Slight bend in the knees, hips. Row it just like that. Keep your elbows in tight on the backside. Boom. We're just rowing. All right. The only way this works is if we keep the towel tight. Keep it tight. Again, good chance to control your breathing. If this towel has slack, we're not doing anything. Pull it. Turn those muscles on and make them hold it. Good. Just rowing up to the navel. Almost there. Harder than you think. And 3, 2, 1, and break. Coming up next, regular push-ups. We can go from the knees if we need to, but we're going to do a push-up where we reach with each arm and then go down. 3, 2, 1, follow me, push up, and then reach with one, reach with the other, push up. Reach with one, reach with the other. Go ahead and spread your feet a little bit if you need more stability. Boom, reach, 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 reach. This is gonna get pretty tough on the shoulders when you need to. Come up to your knees. Take a deep breath, continue. Push up, reach, reach. Just keep repeating. Again, you can go from the knees. If it starts to get pretty tough, same thing, reach, reach. We're almost there. See, 5 seconds, last one. Boom, 3, 2, 1, and done. Woo, that one's pretty tough. All right, let's hop up. This is our last one. Simple line hops. If there's an imaginary line right under us, we're just hopping. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Boom. Little line hops. You can almost pretend you're jump roping, but we're trying to get a little bit of side movement in there. So maybe if there was a PVC pipe on the floor, you'd be wanting to jump right over it. And we're not looking for huge jumps, just tiny little, maybe an inch off the ground. Like slaloming. Come on, hang in there, 15 seconds, and we're gonna go back to the top, starting with skaters. Five seconds, 3, 2, 1, and break. Perfect. Round one done of our second set. Woo! All right, almost there. So starting with our skaters in 3, 2, 1. We're gonna right jump, trailing leg, touch the toe, and keep going. Boom. As you get more used to this, you might be able to do one of two things. Speed it up, or you can jump a little bit bigger. Either way, it's going to increase the intensity, which is what we're looking for. Good, hang in there. 15 seconds. Come on, big athletic movement, this one. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and break. Good. Coming up next, a little bit tougher. Back to the mountain climbers. Shake it out, shake it out. Here we go, let's get ready. 3, 2, 1, mountain climbers, and we're on. 45 seconds, shoulders stay over the wrists. Drive those knees under the chest. That's the only way this works. If you're breathing hard, that's perfect. If your shoulders are burning, that's perfect. That's a good thing. Right? When your muscles start to burn when you're working out, that is a good type of pain, if there is such a thing. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Break. Good. Whew. Great job. That's probably the toughest one of the bunch. All right. Standing up. Grab our towel. Remember, we're rowing. Pull it tight. 3, 2, 1. Bent over row. Pull it tight. Slight bend in the knees. Hinge at the hips. Flat back. And we're just rowing. Even when you come down, we can't let the slack out. Not like this. It's got to stay tight. You'll start to feel how hard this is. Should never be any slack. You don't always need weight to make something tough. This is a clever little trick. Come on, 15 seconds. Woo! If it burns and you need a break, 3 seconds, no more. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and break. Nice job. All right, coming up next are those tough push-ups. So again, spread your feet a little wider on these for a better base of support. Let's get ready. 5 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Push up, reach, reach, and repeat. Keep those elbows in close to the body so we're not flaring them out to the side. And let those shoulders burn. Go down to the knees if you have to. Boom. You can still do it from the knees, or you can do every other. Pop up. Boom, boom. Go down to the knees. Boom, boom. Pop back up. Whatever you need to do. But let's keep getting push-ups. Come on, close, close, close. Ooh, about 5 seconds. Last one, last one. Good. 3, 2, 1. Woo-hoo! Hang in there. We got line hops coming up. Very, very close to the end here. We'll get these line hops done, and we'll do one more time through. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Line hops. Imaginary line right down the middle. Oh, good. Hopefully you're breathing just like me. Struggling a little bit, which is all good stuff, right? It's all good. Almost there, 20 seconds to go, come on. If these give your ankles a little bit of trouble, you can also just try to do up and down ones, or you can just move to some fast feet. You're just gonna be doing them nice and fast. 5 seconds, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, round 2 done. We gotta get one final round, and then we're done. We'll follow it up with a little bit of a cool down. So back to the beginning, last time for skaters. In 3, 2, 1, here we go. Come on, stick with me. I'm tired too. These little 15-second breaks are a lifesaver. And since we get a lot of them, let's not quit. We'll survive. Just keep up a good pace, come on. Keep up a good pace. You got 15 seconds, come on. Good. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Break right there. Coming up next. Oh, the dreaded mountain climbers. 10 seconds to go. Let's get ready. Come on. Let these shoulders burn in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Mountain climbers, 45 seconds. Non-stop. Non-stop. Good. Come on, 30 seconds left. If you absolutely need a break, put a knee down. 1 or 2 deep breaths. and then continue. Nothing more. We are here to work, get our heart rates up. It's 45 minutes of our entire day. That is it. 12 seconds. Good, last 5, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Grab that towel. The burner. This one will make the back muscles burn. Let's get ready. Pull it tight. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Bent over row, and we're on. 1, 2. See, sometimes I start counting naturally. Number doesn't matter on these. We're just going for time. If you find yourself counting, you can if you want, but you don't need to. Just squeeze those shoulder blades together. Drive those elbows up towards the sky. There should be no slack in this towel. You could also use a little piece of rope, a pillowcase, just something to give you something to hold on to. 10 seconds, come on. Squeeze those shoulder blades from the side, boom. Good, almost there. 3, 2, 1. Woohoo! Last time coming up for our push-ups. All right, let's get ready on the ground. You choose how you want to do it. Knees, toes, alternating. In 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Boom, boom. Maybe you want to do 5 at a time of each. Good. 5, so maybe 5 on your toes, 5 from the knees, and then alternating every one. However you want to do it, but let's not stop the push-ups. Almost there. 12 seconds. Come on, don't fall for any reason. Oh, we got our line hops next. 5 seconds. Boom, 3, 2, 1. So close to the end. Let's hop up, hop up. Get ready for these line hops. And then we get to call it after this. We'll do a couple stretches when we're done, and we will be good. All right, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Nice simple one to end it off on. Again, this will get your heart rate up pretty quick, but there's not much to it, right? It's just left, right, left, right, left, right. Good. 25 seconds to go. Control your breathing. You even start shaking your arms out now if you want. 12 seconds. All the way till the beep, okay? No stopping early. 5 seconds. And 3, 2, 1. And there's the beep. Great job. Oh, take a second to relax. Wipe the sweat away. Grab some water. I need some water.
Workout complete.
Workout complete. Thank you. All right. Let's take some deep breaths. Good. So we're just going to go down to the floor just to do a couple cool down stretches here. Get a better camera view. All right. As we make our way to the floor, we'll just start on one knee, and then we'll go to our butts after this. But let's meet it halfway on a knee. We're going to do a hip flexor stretch right here in the front. So we want to make sure basically 90 degrees on this leg, 90 degrees on our back leg. Boom. And we're trying to get our hips forward and down. So we're going to go lunge into this front leg, let our hips go forward and down. Getting a good stretch right here across the front of the hip. We're going to add the arm into it on the side that's stretched. This arm goes up and as far back as we can get it. Chest is up and out. This is control your breathing. We're gonna go for breaths here, not time. So let's do about 4 breaths in and out. Good. All right. So to come out of it, push off of the front leg with your arms. We don't want to use the stretched muscle to try and pull us out. Same thing on the other side. Get yourself set, 90-90. Lunge into the front leg. Feel it right here first, and then add the arm. Pull it back. Ideally, we're trying to make the letter C on the back side of our body. You can tell my shoulder doesn't quite want to do it. Some people's shoulders can go really far back. All right, let's do about 3 more deep breaths. Whoa, lost my balance. Good. All right, push off that front knee. Boom, all the way up. We'll go down to the floor. We'll just do a classic knee hug so we can stretch our glutes a little bit. Cross one leg over the other. Hug it as hard as you can. Boom. Now, if you watch me from the side, I'm hugging, but I don't want to stay hunched over. I want to try my best to straighten my back out. Sit nice and tall. Takes a little bit of effort with the back, but this is what we want, not this. Again, 3 or 4 deep breaths. Come out of that slowly, and we'll do it on the same or the opposite side, same thing. Pull it in, straighten your back out. Sit nice and tall if you can. Good, last deep breath. It's all we're doing. We're just relaxing. Let's go ahead and get one more. We're gonna do just a ground stretch for our quads. All right, we can never stretch the front of our body enough. Throughout our days, we tend to stay very forward, very hunched, chairs, that kind of stuff, phones, laptops, computers. So we wanna just try and get some opposite, some of this front. So we're gonna do one leg out straight, this leg is pulled back behind. Same thing here, right here at this front of the hip, we wanna try and imagine that we're popping it out, right? Away from the front of our body. So we're going to do this and then just try to pop it out. See if there's a better angle. Right here, just try to pop it out a little bit. And you can just hold this. This gives you a good opportunity to contemplate the workout we just did. Think about your performance, things you liked about it, things you didn't like. The fact that it's over, you should be proud. All right, good. Let's go ahead and switch. Same thing. So you can see it better. Pop it out. Feel a little stretch right here. Pull this arm back to the back of your, kind of the top of your glute back here. That way it opens up your chest. We don't want to be over here. We want to be back here. Just working on breaths. All right, come out of that slowly. We'll stand up, shake it out. Let me move the camera angle again. There we go. All right, shake it out. Congratulate yourselves. I want to thank you for joining, for tuning into this. I will be back next Wednesday. Every Wednesday we do a HIIT class. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was a little bit tough. Either way, enjoy the rest of your week, enjoy the weekend, and hopefully I'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Thank you.